I want to start today with something simple, something most of us do without even realizing it, especially when life gets hard. We treat our story like it's already over, not consciously. Nobody sits down and says, I've given up. It's quieter than that. It sounds like this is just how things are for me. It sounds like I've tried and it didn't work. It sounds like looking at your life and writing the conclusion before you finished living it. And I get it. When you're in a hard season, it feels like you've read enough. Like you've seen the pattern. Like you know where this goes. But here's what I want you to consider today. What if you're only on page 60 of 400-page book? Think about the last great book you read, a movie you watched, where everything looked bleak in the middle, where you genuinely didn't know how it could possibly get better, where the character was stuck, lost, or completely out of options, and then something shifted. Not because the story erased what happened, but because what came next gave those hard chapters a different meaning. That's the thing about stories. The later chapters change how you read the earlier ones. A moment that looked like a dead end in chapter 4, it turns out to be exact setup for chapter 12. A choice that seemed like a mistake becomes the reason the whole thing works. A character who felt like a footnote ends up being essential. Nothing in an unfinished book is final. It's just unresolved. And that's not weakness. That's not failure. That's just what the middle of a story looks like before you can see the shape of where it's headed. Here's something I need you to hear, because I think it gets missed a lot. Mid-chapter always feels the most uncertain. Always. Not because something's wrong with you. Not because your story is uniquely broken. But because the middle of any real story, any story worth telling, is supposed to feel unresolved. And that's the nature of it. You can't see what is building toward yet. Think about the things in your life that feel stuck right now. Maybe it's pain that hasn't found its after yet. Grief that hasn't lifted. A relationship that ended and still doesn't make sense. Work you put in that hasn't landed anywhere. Waiting for an answer, for a door to open, for something to finally shift. None of that means it's over. None of that means the story is done. It means you're in the middle. And the middle is hard specifically because you don't have the context yet. You're reading without knowing how the chapter ends. You're living a plot you can't fully see. That's not a sign of a bad story. That's just what it feels like to be in one. But here's where it gets dangerous. When we're in pain long enough, we stop treating it like a chapter. We start treating it like the conclusion. We look at the disappointments, the waiting, the things that didn't work out. And we start reviewing our entire life based on what we've read up to page 60. We summarize ourselves. We decide who we are, what we're capable of, what's possible for us based on an incomplete story. And that's the trap, because the summary you write at page 60 is going to be completely different from the one you write at page 200. The you who's lived through more of it, who's seen how the early chapters connected, who's felt things finally click into place. That person has a different perspective than the one you have right now. You can't write the review until you've read the whole thing. So be careful about the conclusions you're drawing right now. Be careful about the permanent decisions you're making based on temporary chapters. Be careful about deciding your story is small based on a part of it you haven't finished yet. Here's what I want to leave you with. Some of the most meaningful moments of your life haven't happened yet. Some of the people who are going to matter most to you, you haven't met yet. Some of the things you're going to be most proud of, you haven't done them yet. And some of the pain you're carrying right now, one day, is going to have an after. One day, you're going to be far enough into the story to see what it was setting up. And it won't erase the hard part, but it'll reframe it. It'll give it a place. Keep reading, keep going. Not because everything is going to be perfect. It won't be. But because you're not done yet. Not even close. There's more of the book left than you think. And some of it is going to change everything that came before. And that's it for today's episode. If you're in a hard chapter right now, I hope this found you. And as always, keep becoming limitless. Thank you.